It's it's Class AAA, 2 versus 7. Shady Spring comes in at 19-4. Robert C. Byrd at 15-6. Our live streaming coverage brought to you by Little General Stores here. It's the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Championships. Alongside Andrew Miller, my name's Eric Little. Thank you for joining us here on night 2 of the state tournament. Evening session, game 2, a good AAA matchup between Robert C. Byrd and Shady Spring, two teams that have been perennial favorites in the classification. The Robert C. Byrd is here for the first time in a few years.
Yeah, since 2021, the last time the Eagles were in this tournament. And again, kind of a weird absence for them. They got a new coach, obviously, over the years in Basil Lucas taking over for Bennett, who really built that program and has a really good pedigree for Robert C. Byrd. So it's good to see them back in the tournament. Meanwhile, it's just Shady Spring every single year they're here, and they're performing every year. They've got, in the last 4 years, 2 state titles, 2021, and they are the defending champs. They played for the title in 22 and 23. So Coach Ronnie Olson, who, by the way, was honored last night as one of the best coaches in the state.
Yeah.
He's got his Tigers back here again.
Ronnie Olson named the NFHS Coach of the Year yesterday at the tournament. Shady Spring has won their first 7 and then 11 of the last 12. They're 19-14, looking to defend a state title and win what Andrew said would be their 3rd state title since 2021. They're a senior-laden group led by the duo of Jack Williams and Jalen Bailey.
Absolutely. Those two are fantastic players. They average 18 and 16 and a half per contest. They are the 2 offensive leaders for Shady Spring. And again, they've led them to great victories this year. You look at the losses. 2 losses against Woodrow Wilson, who's in this tournament.
He'll be playing here next.
Yeah, he'll be playing just in a minute. And then Westside, who won earlier as well. Robert C. Byrd, you look at their schedule. 3-3 to start, 9-0 in the middle, 3-3 to finish. But they have played a ton of very good high-level teams. Bridgeport has beat them twice. Fairmont Senior, who advanced, has beat them. And then number 6 in Class Quad A, University.
Yeah.
So big losses as well.
Also a team that played here this morning. Again, no seniors on this Robert C. Byrd roster. It's a bit of a reboot. First time in the state tournament since 2021, and the first time ever for new head coach Basil Lucas taking over. He was a longtime assistant for former head coach Bill Bennett. Again, like you said, 9 wins in a row mid-season, and with no seniors on the roster, does that help this team because they're going to be building for the future, or is that maybe going to hurt them if they get into a sticky spot tonight?
Well, I don't really know about that one. I think that they're just building their program, and maybe they're just coming in saying, hey, whatever, we're here to win a ball game. They do play a team, though, that has plenty of experience of their own. So in game situations, Shady Spring's going to be ready. Will Robert C. Byrd, will they be able to play free and play as the underdog? Robert C. Byrd has one of the greatest wins at this tournament as an underdog. You go back into the mid-2010s, a number 8 seed, Robert C. Byrd defeating number 1 Musselman in that first round game. Still to this day, one of the biggest upsets.
Does RCB have the ability to pull the magic again tonight? We'll see as the number 7 seed Robert C. Byrd takes on number 2 Shady Spring. The tip and the introductions in a moment from the Charleston Coliseum. This is the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. For the Charleston Coliseum in West Virginia's capital city, number 2 Shady Spring and number 7 Robert C. Byrd in a Class AAA quarterfinal. For the intros, once again tonight, public address announcer Alan McVeigh has the honors.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center for the 2025 West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. The WVSSAC reminds you that interscholastic events are an extension of the classroom and that lessons are best learned when proper respect is accorded to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show during tonight's game. This is a championship contest between the Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles and the Shady Spring Tigers. And now for the introduction of the teams. The head coach for Robert C. Byrd, Basil Lucas, will meet at half court with Shady Springs head coach Ronnie Olson. The Flying Eagles assistant coaches Justin Noble and Chris Carey will meet at half court with the Tigers assistant coaches Sean Radford and Eric Lawson. And now with the support staffs for Robert C. Byrd, Billy Childers, Avery Childers, Maya Dean, and Addison Sturm meet at half court with Shady Springs support staff John Smith, Rob Lynch, Luke Plummer, and Dane Gill. And now for your players. The Flying Eagles, number 42, Lincoln Curran, will meet at half court with Shady Springs, number 33, Cutter Boggs. Flying Eagles, number 4, Sean Adams, will meet with the Tigers, number 21, Miles Clark. Robert C. Byrd's number 14, Dylan Moore, will meet at half court with Shady Springs, number 10, Andrew Baker. Robert C. Byrd's number 20, Jackson Thomas, will meet at half court with Shady Springs, number 5, Rob Lynch. Flying Eagles, number 10, Caleb Stevens, will meet at half court with the Tigers, number 4, Reed Radford. Robert C. Byrd's number 15, Najaya Petrie, will meet at half court with Shady Springs, number 2, Trace Lilly. Flying Eagles, number 2, Manny Holmes will meet at half court with the Tigers, number 22, Gabe Short. And will meet with Robert C. Byrd's number 32, Cooper Floyd. And now for your starting lineups for this game. The Flying Eagles, 5'9", junior number 11, Anthony Barbario, will meet at half court with Shady Springs, 6'4", senior number 0, Jack Williams. Flying Eagles, 6'1", junior number 3, Riley Dickerson, will meet with Shady Springs, 6'1", freshman number 1, Eli Sexton. Flying Eagles, 6'3", junior number 1, Carson Bennett, will meet with the Tigers, 5'9", junior number 3, Brody Radford. Flying Eagles, 6'1", junior number 0, Cameron Newsham, will meet at half court with Shady Springs, 6 foot, senior number 11, Kai Olson. And the Flying Eagles, 5'11", junior number 12, Logan Boyce, will meet at half court with Shady Springs, 6'2", senior number 12, Jalen Bailey. That, ladies and gentlemen, are your teams. We are now ready to play some championship basket.
Starting lineups for Shady Spring and Robert C. Byrd. The Tigers will bring Jack Williams, Eli Sexton, Brody Radford, Kai Olson, and Jalen Bailey into the matchup against Robert C. Byrd's Cameron Newswan, Carson Bennett, Riley Dickerson, Anthony Barbario, and Logan Boyce. It'll be Jack Williams and it was Carson Bennett in the opening tip-off, and tip-off won by Shady Spring, and a rejection at the cup as Bailey's shot swatted away with some authority by Riley Dickerson.
Much to the pleasure of the faithful from Robert C. Byrd, the student section showing up very well tonight for both these teams. It's going to be an exciting atmosphere.
Off the dribble, here's Bailey to the corner. A 3. Yes. Eli Sexton buries the triple, and Shady Spring breaks the ice.
It's a very good shooting team. It's the program under Coach Ronnie Olson that just knows each other. They practice so well, so hard together. They're a well-oiled machine, so Robert C. Byrd's got their work ahead of them here tonight.
First touch of the night for Robert C. Byrd there in the black, Shady Spring in the white. Here's Logan Boyce, a handoff. Barbario drives, stops, dishes. Dickerson puts it up. In and out, ripped down by Jack Williams. Shady back in transition. Stopping, popping, missing. Bailey not able to get it going.
Well, that shot in transition, nobody for Shady underneath, so an easy defensive board for the Eagles.
Robert C. Byrd trying to get a cutter in the lane. They don't. Boyce hoists a three. It's a wedgie. A state tournament wedgie for Logan Boyce.
Luckily for the Eagles, that'll stay with them. I like the name. That's the first time I've heard that, Eric.
Ian Eagle uses that. The ball's wedged between the rim and the glass.
Listen, when I think of wedgie, I think of Roosters and Huntington and their wedgie salad, all right? That's what I think.
Hey, I think of wedgie, I think of high school, so it's fitting at the state tournament. They finally dislodged the ball and we're underway again. Out front, it's Jack Williams, or it's Newswan. And to the cup, Robert C. Byrd gets a bucket from Carson Bennett.
Got to contort his body against the pressure. Great finish, though, at the rim by the 6'3 junior.
I feel like with the energy in this building, Andrew, we're going to have a fun game tonight.
Absolutely. This is great octane, great intensity, and it's brought by the student sections of both sides.
These are two great basketball fan bases on the state tournament stage, middle game of the night. And a big three from Jack Williams helped set the tone early on for Shady Spring.
Couple of threes early on for the Tigers.
Newswan stepping back. Strong. Shady takes it away. Williams to the wing. Running some baseline. Bailey flips it out front. Off of an RCB player, and they finally steal it away. They don't have numbers. Newswan called for the offensive foul, and the charge taken under the basket by Jalen Bailey.
Well, Bailey's a crafty defender. He got there, set his feet, and Newswan just couldn't handle that. He was trying to put a little Euro step together, but ended up going right into the chest.
The triple again by Jack Williams, averaging over 18 points a game, leading scorer on Shady Spring. Tigers look to grow a 4-point advantage. Sexton looked to his left. Radford had been knocked to the floor. So he dishes it and then gets it back. Sexton in the lane, spinning. Pass outside, tipped. Barbario comes up with it. Ahead, and the foul called before Dickerson can put it up.
Well, that was a tremendous outlet pass by Barbario, finding his cutter in Riley Dickerson on the way to the lane.
Riley Dickerson with the mane of Troy Polamalu. The junior lets it fly.
Hey, I've got two types of teams here at the state tournament every year. It's the all-name team and the all-hair team. Dickerson gets a nod for the all-hair team for sure.
There's a Steeler jersey in the middle of that mix. Speaking of Troy Polamalu, as Dickerson buries the free throw, and the Eagles stay within a deuce. Early going here, the feeling out stage at this Class AAA quarterfinal.
And RCB wants to keep this a low-scoring affair.
They get another takeaway, and they've got a trailer. They've got help. They don't take it. Barbario can't finish. Scooped up by Shady, back the other way. Good catch and transition by Bailey, and the finish!
Well, I don't know how in the world Bailey finished that shot. He was going so fast and so hard to the rim and had to contort with the body contact. Basically just threw that up in the midair. I'm not even sure he had control of the ball on the way up.
He was feeling it, looking for the three-point play. It's short. Lead stays at 8-4. He caught that ball at the midcourt stripe as he was turning. Now Dickerson stuffed on the baseline, finds help. The runner from Bennett doesn't go. And Shady gets another look at this.
Well, if you're RCB, you've got to make those shots around the rim early. Cannot give away those easy looks. And again, you got some pressure, but again, 6'3", Bennett inside there to short-arm that first opportunity.
Fun one early on here between Shady Spring and Robert C. Byrd. The Eagles with the ball looking to make this a one-possession game. Barbario goes right wing. They dump it into the paint. Newswan stuffed outside. Good ball movement from Basil Lucas's club, and a jumper doesn't go from Dickerson, but he'll shoot a pair.
Yeah, reach and foul on the way up that time by Dickerson.
They got Kai Olson with that one.
His first, team first. I was talking about RCB wanting to keep this a lower scoring affair just simply because Shady comes in averaging almost 66 points a game. Robert C. Byrd only 54 a game. So just looking at those numbers on average, you would rather this be a lower scoring affair if you're Robert C. Byrd.
You definitely want to drag that high-octane team down with you rather than try to outrun them in that track meet. Again, percentages tend to favor the team that does exactly that. Second for Dickerson. Crawls in. Don't look now, but the Eagles are within a pair.
A 4 of 4 early from the charity stripe as well.
Still waiting to heat up from the field. Meanwhile, Shady's been strong. Bailey gets on the baseline. Kai Olsen stopped, flips it outside. This is Brody Radford. Shady slowing things down. Nice dish inside. Williams can't finish from the lane. And RCB can tie or lead on this trip.
Well, Newswan either got a piece of that on the way up or challenged it enough that Williams couldn't get it connected.
Crossover step. Newswan stopped. Outside, there's the handoff. Barbario gives it up. Dickerson. You can tell RCB wants a good look here. They get it into Bennett. Turning, spinning, lofts it out of bounds. They'll have it after the break. 8-6 Shady Spring. A good start to this one from the Charleston Coliseum. You're watching the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. Eric Little, Andrew Miller courts. I know an Anthony Miller.
Hey, I've been called worse. It's fine with me.
Apologies there. Andrew Miller courtside from the Charleston Coliseum. Early going. Shady Spring leads by a pair over Robert C. Byrd. Got the ball out of bounds. Byrd can tie or lead on this trip. Good cut to Bennett. Spinning right. The hook shot ties the game at 8.
He's got 4 all inside. You mentioned before that break they needed a good look, and that was a good look for Bennett.
Very deliberate possession before the media timeout.
That breaks a
little better ball movement,
yeah.
I think, after the timeout.
That breaks a 3-minute and 30-second schneid. Of course, they did have some free throws in that time, but they needed a field goal, as you said, Eric.
Radford drives. Radford off the window. Scores the basket to put Shady back on top.
All right, just a 5'9" guard, but he attacked that rim like he was 6'5".
4 each for Carson Bennett, Riley Dickerson. That's the RCB offense in this one. We'll see if they get anybody else going. Logan Boyce stopping. Robert C. Byrd has not hit a 3 in this game. Shoved to the right wing. They thought about it here. Barbario gives it up. Dickerson just inside the arc, airballed it.
Took a little short arm on that one, but
didn't look comfortable out of his hands.
It was a good look. It just didn't look comfortable when he was shooting that one.
Again, both of these teams getting the feel for shooting in a bigger building. We talked about this a little bit off the air earlier tonight. You know, a different look. You know, you're shooting with people behind you in a big arena as compared to a high school gym with a wall behind you.
If you're not used to it, depth perception becomes an issue early. Some of these teams are able to find these buildings in their areas and get some shots up in them, but if you're not used to it, it can cause some problems early in games.
Shady Spring goes to the bench. They bring Gabe Short off the bench. There's a feed inside and one from Jalen Bailey, averaging just under 17 points a game. Getting it going here for Shady Spring.
Again, Bailey's such a heady player, got inside there, gives up a lot of size, but when you pump fake like he just did, he sent New Swan right by him, as you see, and then drew the contact inside.
Emmanuel Holmes also off the bench for RCB. He picks up the foul. Three-point play complete. And Bailey puts Shady Spring up 5. That's their biggest lead of the evening as we come inside a minute 40 to go in the first quarter.
Tigers 4 for their last 5 on offense.
Robert C. Byrd in the state tournament for the first time since 2021. The 7 seed. They want to stick around in Charleston as long as they can. To the wing. Here's New Swan. Offline. Ripped down. Bailey. 4 points for Jalen Bailey. In the left wing, Williams comes out front. There's Olsen. Williams gets it back. They get a cutting Bailey. He can't get the runner to fall, and he takes the business into that, slow to get up. It's a 5-on-4 for RCB if they see it. I don't think they do. Out front, the pass thrown away.
Boy, give credit there to Bailey getting back. He took a shot, I think when he fell, maybe the back of his head hitting the floor. And he's trying to shake that off a little bit. Got back just in time to be in front of that pass. And Holmes didn't see it coming.
I think Holmes wasn't quite sure if that was for him or somebody behind him, and as it turns out, there was nobody behind him. Cash out front, Kai Olsen gives it up to Bailey. Outside, there's Short. Long.
Pretty good look for Gabe Short, though.
The coral-shoed Gabe Short gives that one a go and doesn't stick the three. So Shady Spring can hold for the final look at this first quarter and grow their 5-point lead. The number 2 seed looking for their 4th win in the last 6 games in a travel called inside.
Gonna get that one on Logan. Boyce got tied up, picked up his dribble with 2 bookend defenders.
So with 10 seconds to go in the first, Shady Spring can grow a 5-point lead. Olsen's pass is stolen. Here's Barbario pulling up for 3 at the buzzer. It's long. Barbario can't knock it down. Would have pulled RCB back within a pair as it is. The 2-7 game, the spread. Shady Spring 13, Robert C. Byrd 8 after 1 from the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. West Virginia's capital city. Eric Little, Andrew Miller. Shady Spring has a 13-8 lead on Robert C. Byrd. Shady was 5 of 10 from the field in the first quarter. RCB 2 of 10 from the field. To me, it's a math problem, Andrew.
Yeah, a little bit. It's 1 of 7, meanwhile, for Robert C. Byrd down the stretch. They just couldn't find some shots to fall. And 0-4, 0 for 4 from 3. Of course, you count that last one, which was kind of a throw-up. But they can't go, RCB can't go through scoring droughts of 3 minutes and 11 seconds and expect to stay with the Shady team.
Here's a steal in transition. Here's Dickerson. Euro step. Finish at the cup for Riley Dickerson. 5 for Jalen Bailey for Shady Spring. 6 for Dickerson now, and 4 for Carson Bennett for RCB.
That was an impressive move to keep his footing, keep his balance.
And a foul under the bat. A jump ball. Gabe Short got in, and they call a jump ball.
Those are such impressive plays defensively. You're backing away and able to find the ball only and not the wrist to make that a possession change.
So Robert C. Byrd will try the tie, and the short Manuel Holmes can't stick it. RCB 0 for 5 from beyond the arc in the early going of this one. Definitely a momentum play right there. On the Shady end, Jack Williams, also short. They're 1 and done. Outlet pass, good look from Dickerson, and a travel called. RCB maybe got in too deep. Holmes tangled up with Eli Sexton.
Well, what a play defensively by the freshman Sexton. Again, just poked at that basketball enough to get Holmes off his footing.
Tigers look to grow a 3-point advantage. The number 2 seed in this Class AAA bracket. Jack Williams. Shooter shoot. Williams maybe heating up.
3 of 4 now from behind the line. 2 of them care of Jack Williams. The first one he hit, in fact, was right at that spot.
Lead grows to 6. Boyce turns the corner, coughs it up. Back to Shady with numbers. Jalen Bailey all the way through, and an offensive foul called against Bailey. Went into the hornet's nest of about 4 different guys.
And I think unlike before his drive, he didn't have the lane to split sideways, so he ran straight into Dickerson.
You go into the hornet's nest, you're going to get stung. So RCB down 6. And first at left side, Dickerson, nothing underneath, back out front. Again, RCB does not have a 3 in the game. They'll run baseline. Working through the defenders. Newswan doesn't hit. It's tipped out. And they save it in the front court.
Great hustle play by Dickerson.
There's Newswan. There's the triple. First one of the night for Robert C. Byrd after 5 misses. They cut the Shady lead to 16-13.
I was wondering when Newswan missed that easy bucket in the side if they were going to give one away, but great attack on that loose ball. Newswan kept it alive. Finally gets that 3 to fall.
Jack Williams harassed in the paint. They go outside and a 3 for Jalen Bailey.
His first opportunity, 3 of 5 from 3. Now 4 of 6, for Shady.
Bailey with 8 points in this one. It's ripped off the iron. So RCB down 6, goes 1 and done. Heat check for Williams. Strong on the baseline, tipped out, and officials discussing this. They say it's Shady ball.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Dickerson the last to touch that one.
The official from the sideline kept saying white ball, and they finally concurred. Off the handoff, Bailey, strong, still fighting for it. Ripped down by Carson Bennett.
Good, and almost took that one off the rim.
Huge stop for RCB here. They'll pop a 3, Newswan short. Ripped down by Kai Olsen. This game has really lost any sense of flow. Shady Springs hit a couple shots, far from hot. They'll try to change that here.
Well, that was a little early.
Ronnie Olsen sees that they don't have any flow. He calls a timeout.
Jacket's already off.
I'm sorry that the jacket's off. I wanted to talk about Ronnie Olsen's drip. Well, maybe we'll do that on the other side of this. A 6-point Shady lead from the WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. Coliseum, Charleston, West Virginia. Shady Spring has a 19-13 lead on Robert C. Byrd. Shady Spring head coach Ronnie Olsen calls the timeout. I was going to call it Vegas Gold, maybe sand, tan, jacket already off.
I'm going full on Vegas Gold. I know that for a reason.
There's a jumper from Jack Williams. Vegas Gold, Charleston Gold knocks it down to push this lead to 8 for Shady. That's their biggest of the ball game.
And Williams has 8 in the first half so far.
Olsen had the matching tie. The look was very good. Dark blue shirt, gold tie. You can see at the top of the picture there. Robert C. Byrd's got to get something. Who do they go to here?
Well, it's going to be a shot put up.
Boyce says, I'm going to take it myself. Lead down to 5 for Shady on the Logan Boyce triple.
I was going to say that wasn't in rhythm. Boyce said, I don't care.
Creates his own rhythm. Jab step for Bailey. Gives it up. Radford to the middle of the floor. There's Bailey again. Turns the corner, shoves it right wing. Kai Olsen airballed it. Hold in by Bennett. Back in transition. Good look to Boyce. What a pass from Carson Bennett. Hauled in by Boyce. And a 5-0 Boyce run makes this a 3-point game. And Shady Spring has to run it down to the backcourt. They're over and back.
A little bit of momentum here for the Eagles. That was a big play by Bennett. A beautiful dish down the court. And a great finish by Boyce.
Look at that transition, a 2-hand catch. Great pass, better finish. And now it's Robert C. Byrd that wants the timeout. Lead down to 3 for Shady Spring. 3:11 to play in the second. It's the WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. Life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company matching 401k plan, Affinity Coal Company. Shady Spring 21, Robert C. Byrd 18. Byrd can tie with a 3. Dickerson a jab step to the cup, and he's going to draw the offensive foul. A charge taken by Brody Radford.
That was on-ball defense that caused that, because that was a slide in late by Radford to get possession.
I believe that's a second charge that Shady has taken this half.
Yeah, the first one was taken by Jalen Bailey.
At midcourt, Brody Radford goes to the wing. Shoved back out by Gabe Short, who's back in this game for Shady Spring. Tigers look to grow a 3-point advantage. Eli Sexton hands it off. Here's Bailey giving it up inside. Hook shot left hand. Radford knocks it down. Lead back to 5 for Shady Spring.
That's the second time the 5'9" guard Radford has gotten into the paint. Finishes nicely amongst some pressure.
A 3 from Logan Boyce, the heat check. Offline, ripped down by Williams. Back in transition comes Shady Spring. And Bailey stripped. Stays with Shady.
Boy, Bailey's just an animal when he gets it down the floor in transition. He is going to attack that rim hard and draw some contact, or at least get a chance at it.
2:15 left in the second quarter. A 3 from the corner. Sexton airballs that. It's tipped back into play. RCB back in transition. They can make it a one-possession game. Dickerson to the corner. The extra pass. Holmes long on the 3. Good save, and the possession kept alive on the hustle play from Carson Bennett.
Well, he's made a couple big plays on offense lately.
Barbario off the dribble. Almost drug the back foot. Middle of the floor, Dickerson. There's Holmes on the right wing, looking to get something going. On the baseline, did he get in too deep? Ronnie Olson wants a jump ball or strip or something, and it's knocked loose. And it's kicked, they say. RCB kicked it, and it's Shady ball. I thought he may have stepped on the end line there from where he was initially.
Well, he was close.
Very close.
Wow, what a camera angle that we got there.
Good camera work by our crew. It's a good thing Holmes clipped his toenails last night. Back the other way, Jack Williams looking to push the Shady lead by 5. Where do you want this lead if you're Shady going into the locker room?
Well, they'd love to have it at 8 if they could possibly get it there. But again, RCB stingy right now.
Jack Williams goes inside. A nice cut from Radford. Brody Radford heating up in the back half of the second quarter.
Again, finishing at the rim. That one was actually deflected on the way up by Dickerson. Still went through.
A lot of affected shots, a lot of rejected shots in this game. And Basil Lucas wants a timeout. Good place for it. The game starting to swing towards Shady Spring. A 7-point lead. One of the biggest ones of the evening. This is the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. Today's live streaming coverage of the 2025 West Virginia Basketball Tournament is being presented by your Little General Stores. Great price, convenient places. Your local Little General Stores. Glad to have you with us from the state tournament in Charleston, West Virginia. 51 seconds to play in the second quarter. It's 25-18. Shady Spring, Robert C. Byrd looking to cut into that 7-point deficit.
Couple of lulls in the game for RCB on offense. 3:11 to finish the first. Right now, 2:20.
Newsom lobbed it into the paint. It's tipped around, won by Dickerson. Off the dribble, here's Dickerson through contact and a foul. Game short, got him on the wrist with 31.5 to play in the quarter.
Well, Dickerson's 4 for 4 from the line at the moment.
Check that. They're going to call that on Jack Williams. I thought they gave that to Short.
Yeah, I think Williams may be coming in from the side with a little reach.
So here's Riley Dickerson. Knocks down the free throw. To be honest, Robert C. Byrd lucky to have kept that one alive. There were about 3 Shady players that could have taken that away when that ball entered the paint.
Absolutely.
To make it a 5-point game. It's in and out. Still a 2-possession lead for Shady Spring. And they can hold for the last shot of the half. They'd be wise to do so, leading by 6. The senior Kai Olson draws defense from Carson Bennett. And gets it back. Radford's had a good back half of the second quarter. There's Bailey with 7, turning the corner. Bailey switches hands, can't get it to fall. Bailey, can he get the putback at the buzzer? No. And he's denied. The lead stays at 25-19. Shady Spring, a great defensive finish to the half for Robert C. Byrd, the 7 seed, to stay within 6. At the half, it's Shady Spring 25, Robert C. Byrd 19. Much more to come from the Charleston Coliseum. This is the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. Nip and tuck first half from the Charleston Coliseum. Shady Spring has a 6-point edge. on Robert C. Byrd after one half of basketball. Andrew, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, you mentioned it. When we're looking down the team stats, really similar in many, many ways, but the big glaring difference is the shooting woes of Robert C. Byrd. They had a 3-minute and 11-second drought at the end of the first quarter, and then towards the end of the second quarter, they had a drought of 2 minutes and 40 seconds where they only made one free throw. That won't get it done against Shady, but I tell you what, if you are Robert C. Byrd at the half, you're thinking, okay, we didn't shoot very well in the first half. We're only down 6. Meanwhile, Shady, I don't think they got as much as they should have out of the way they played in that first half. That's credit to Robert C. Byrd getting on the boards and just limiting some damage.
Yeah, do you think Robert C. Byrd gets any momentum out of that big stop they had at the end of the first half?
Well, they're going to take some momentum out of something, and if they don't, this could get away from them. But again, momentum's one thing. Finishing the shots is another. They've gotten some good looks, Robert C. Byrd has, but they got to start making more of those shots because Shady will pour this on. They will not stop with the intensity, the up and down play. They're going to attack the rim each and every time, so you got to be prepared for that in the second half.
Look at the stats in a moment, but the big numbers here. Shady Spring shooting 45.5% from the field in the first half. Robert C. Byrd just 30% from the field. You got to hit a few more shots than that.
Yeah, and they got some looks inside Eric, that they just didn't make. Very close inside the lane, and then they missed some shots mid-range as well. That can't happen in the second half for Robert C. Byrd. Shady would love that. They would love them to still struggle in the second half because Shady is just doing enough right now to stay in front. They led throughout the whole first half.
We'll take a break. We'll dig in the numbers in just a few moments. In a Class AAA quarterfinal, the number 2 seed Shady Spring has a 6-point advantage on Robert C. Byrd. This is the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. Back at the Charleston Coliseum, it's a 6-point lead for Shady Spring over Robert C. Byrd. The 2 seed Shady Spring looking to move on to the semifinals on Friday morning. They'll play Nitro if they win. Nitro picking up the win over Ripley in a barn burner this morning. Look at these halftime stats, Andrew. What sticks out?
Right now, just the shooting percentages in favor of Shady. That's the big stat that we have.
A lot more turnovers than I would have expected out of these two teams. 8 for Shady, 7 for RCB. And honestly, 7 points apiece for both of those teams off the turnovers, and the rebounds have been dead even.
Yeah, very null and void on both sides. Again, this comes down to the shooting percentages. RCB, if they want to stay in, got to get better at it. Shady got to keep doing what they're doing.
And again, for RCB, that's really what has been the story of the whole game. They've got to hit some more shots. They just haven't been able to get those to fall. Is there a guy that you look at to maybe step it up and pick things up for them in the second half?
I think Newswan's got to pick it up. He's got 3 points. He did hit that 3 in the first half. Dickerson doing his job at the foul line, 5 of 6. Shooting, he's got 7 points. And then Boyce with 5. I'd like to see more out of Bennett. I'd like to see them feed the big inside because I think he has the ability to challenge inside against Shady. Meanwhile, on Shady's side, a couple with 8 apiece, Williams and Bailey both, and then Radford coming in with 6, all at the rim.
I definitely think that there's space for Bennett inside. He's got a lot of good position against these defenders, so I think there's opportunity there if RCB can feed him.
Yeah, get it into him, see what he can do early in the second half.
Either way, should be a fun second half from the Charleston Coliseum. Like we said, the winner takes on Nitro Friday morning at 9:30 in a state semifinal. In a quarterfinal tonight, it's Shady Spring 25, Robert C. Byrd 19. This is the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. Charleston Coliseum, the 2025 Boys Basketball State Tournament. Been a good one here. Shady Spring with a 6-point advantage on Robert C. Byrd. How important is it for Shady to get off to a hot start in this third quarter?
Well, they would love to actually get out hot because they want to put some separation between they and the 7th-seeded Robert C. Byrd. I don't know if they can do it or not early because Robert C. Byrd has shown the ability, even with some poor shooting, to stay in this ball game.
Ronnie Olson had the jacket on. He just took it off.
It didn't last.
Didn't even get to the start of the quarter. We wanted to get a shot at him with that jacket on because, again, dripping like no other here, the Charleston Coliseum. Well, maybe dripping like Greg Carey's coffee. It was spilling earlier tonight.
At least he had the Starbucks.
Not even that can match Ronnie Olson's drip. How about that drip Kai Olsen knocks it down from long distance, and there's the start that Shady Spring wants.
Absolutely. Again, 5 of 10 from 3. They're doing it from outside.
Out of bounds under the basket. That's really the difference in this one. Shady Spring is hit from outside. Robert C. Byrd really has not found that threat. Looking to establish one here. Cameron Newswan. That's the guy that was, for lack of a better word, your pick to click.
Yep. He's got to be able to find himself some shots, maybe outside, but I'd like to see, again, Robert C. Byrd go inside.
Logan Boyce hit earlier, and he hit again. A second triple for Boyce. Lead back down to 6. On the run out, the catch into the basket for Bailey, heating up. Jalen Bailey.
Now that was Robert C. Byrd's miss right there. They needed to get back. After a made basket, you should never have somebody running it out to the lane, especially Jalen Bailey, who's so quick to get there.
Barbario out of the corner. I don't know how he threaded the needle inside. Turning around, Bennett took steps, threw it up and in, but took a vacation to get there.
Hey, I like that they're working it into Bennett, but he just slid that foot, the pivot foot, to get free underneath.
They're seeing what we see.
A little pressure in the backcourt here to try to slow down the Tiger offense.
Jack Williams marches it into the front court. Williams with 8. Jalen Bailey with 10. To the 10. Williams, he's in double figures. Off the window, the lead stretches to 10. Into the corner, Newswan. Fancy dribbling, comes out front. Good crossover step. They get it into Bennett again, and he lost it. Shady Spring, it's a 2-on-1. Nice dish to Kai Olsen. Can't knock it down. Tipped out. Radford feeds it inside. And Bailey continues that consistency.
Now that's based off the help defense, steal by Williams, and again, an offensive rebound. Shady finishes around the rim, and they did it right there. They've got a 12-point advantage.
Hassel Lucas wants the timeout. A good place for it as the lead is at a dozen for Shady Spring, just inside 6 to play in the third. Cracker Barrel, the old country store with locations in Charleston and Cross Lanes. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it's Cracker Barrel. Pull up a chair at this one. It's a dozen-point lead for Shady Spring. Timeout called by Robert C. Byrd. A good spot for it early in the third quarter before things slip away. It's threatening to do that.
Yeah, you know, you look at the Eagles, a couple turnovers here early in the first part of the second half. Shady attacking the rim and getting extra opportunities on offense.
Huge possession here for Robert C. Byrd. Where do they work this ball?
Again, I want to see them go inside to Bennett. They've moved Williams on Bennett, though, so not so much of a mismatch height-wise. Actually, that's not even Bennett.
They bring Cooper Floyd off the bench. Broader shouldered guy than Bennett. Maybe they want a little bit of muscle in there.
Yeah, a little bit of rebounding opportunity for RCB.
Also allows Bennett the chance to unplug maybe and get his head right. Don't necessarily need a 3 here, but I think they need something good. I'm not sure that was it.
Yeah, Newswan thought about it, decided not to.
Back in transition, Bailey with a finish, and Shady Spring, all the momentum in this one.
In case you didn't know, Jalen Bailey is lightning fast, and he finishes at the rim.
RCB avoids the temptation to pull the trigger on the 3. Well, they did, and then Holmes popped on it anyway and missed.
Just 3 of 13 on the night.
They go one and done. Shady airballs their 3. It's back to RCB. So again, not the spot where RCB wanted to go one and done. You can tell Shady Spring really wanted a splash bucket there.
Well, what's happening for RCB is they're only a pass or 2 into their offense when they trigger those 3s. Shady hasn't had to move at all defensively, really, when that happens. And so they can get underneath, get a box out. And on those misses, there have been a lot of them. Shady gets the defensive board. They get in transition.
Flip to the corner. Holmes pulls it back out. Cross-court pass. Hauled in by Newswan. Junior Cameron Newswan gives it up. Stopping. Holmes hands it off. Barbario In and out.
Now that was a good look, at least for Barbario.
That comes back to the rebounding thing again for RCB, and a foul on the Eagles under the basket. We'll get that on camera. Newswan.
Yeah, Newswan just grabbing around that time. Second foul on Newswan.
Would you believe that's the first foul either way this half?
Again, we saw this in the first game tonight. Been a very clean contest. Not a lot of fouls being issued.
Inside to Williams. Outside, Kai Olsen pops and hits the three.
He missed his first three. He's hit 2 straight in the second half since.
6 triple the night for Shady Spring. 17-point advantage is their biggest lead of the night. Holmes, maybe a desperation look. It's off the iron. Pulled down by Bailey. And Shady wants to run, and a foul called in front of the Shady bench.
As I said, if Robert C. Byrd wanted a chance in this game, they've got to slow it down. And with those quick threes, they're missing a lot of them, and it's just Shady on the run out here in this second half.
The rebounding edge for Shady is just 19-16, but boy, it feels like a lot more as the Tigers on an 11-0 run.
And another scoring drought right now for RCB. This is the biggest one, nearly 4 minutes.
Shady Spring looks to grow a 17-point lead. They get it into Bailey. Why not? It's been Bailey all night long, and Bailey scores to make it 16 for Bailey, and the lead is a lot bigger now, and it's been cut into. The run ends at 13-0 on the Riley Dickerson bucket.
That's a great shot by Dickerson to try to settle down, but again, you're in the midst of an 11-0, 13-0 run. One is not going to do it now. RCB's got to play some very good defense, get on the boards if they can, and hope that Shady starts to miss a little bit.
So the Dickerson bucket ends that run at 13-0, as we said. Leads at 17 for Shady Spring, and they can melt some clock. Ronnie Olson wants good looks here. To the corner, here's a triple. Williams buries it.
Well, Kai Olsen drew all the pressure inside and dumped it to the corner, and Williams hits yet another three. That's his third.
Shady up 20, that's their biggest lead of the night. Anthony Barbario to the wing. Holmes looking inside. Dickerson gets it in the paint. Good look underneath. There's Bennett, and he's fouled. That's the look that you and I have been talking about a lot this half.
Well, they brought Bennett back in. Williams went for the steal out top. That left Bennett wide open inside. I think a good foul that time by Sexton. And he's going to make Bennett earn it from the free throw line instead of just giving up that layup.
You can tell this is a veteran Shady Spring student section. They hit RCB with a "we can't hear you" just when that lead grows to 20 points.
Well, just as Shady is common down here, the student section has been here for 4 years as well.
Yeah. Take the knife and then you twist it. Lead stays at 20 as Carson Bennett misses the front half. The back end, he rolls that one home. 44-25, 2:09 left. Still a lot of time left for Basil Lucas's club.
Yeah, it needs to get things going a little bit here. Maybe the last 2 minutes try to cut into this deficit.
What a dish from Olsen. And a fine for Jalen Bailey. Maybe the play of the night for Shady Spring. Lead to 21 points.
Big assist by Olsen, then that's points number 17 and 18 for Jalen Bailey.
Olsen caught that, looked like he was falling out of bounds, and he shoved it behind his back to a cutting Bailey. And a whistle here. We'll see free throws for Logan Boyce.
Well, Boyce has hit a couple big threes in this ball game. Got Williams up and got him off balance. Picked up his second foul.
Boyce knocks in the first one. Still blown away by that dish from Kai Olsen.
Behind the back, no look give. Impressive.
That is one senior who's played with another senior for a while.
Yeah. Boyce the first to 10 points for RCB.
In the paint. A lot of contact. Bailey doesn't hit. Here's Boyce. Left hand off the window. Good look for Logan Boyce.
Well, he's so quick on that spin move. Nice finish left-handed.
Boy, Dickerson practically arm in arm with Williams on the way down the floor. It's coughed up. A lot of contact, and now RCB stepped on the baseline.
I got to say, Boyce with the pink shoe of the pink and blue shoe, stepping on that end line. That was a big opportunity for RCB that time.
Williams on the baseline makes the catch, and Shady in the half-court offense.
Yeah, if RCB could score there, it'll cut it from 20 to 15, and that would have been a big play.
The Coral shot, Gabe Short back in the game. Shady works it outside. Kai Olsen has it poked loose, stays with the Tigers.
Bennett wrapping his long arm around to poke that away.
Half a minute to play in the third quarter. Winner moves on to the state semifinals on Friday morning. Short had an open look. Shady Spring chooses to melt clock instead. That's a wise move, up 17. A lot of contact. Olsen to the ground.
They're going to get Emmanuel Holmes. And I like the idea. Holmes saw that pass going to be lobbed. He went after it. But Olsen, again, heady move by the senior. He attacked the pass and drew the contact.
Officials and players clean up that sweat spot at midcourt.
Olsen, after taking the pressure there, he's going to check out as Williams back in quickly. They're going to bring Jack Williams in maybe for a last-second opportunity here in the third.
Holmes leaves Barbario back on. Inside 15 to go. Eli Sexton, plenty of space, drives. Sexton strong, ripped down. The putback falls for Gabe Short. RCB throws it up, and it's in and out. Cameron Newswan can't knock it down from just inside half court, but it's all coming up Shady Spring. The lead's at 19. Look at this sick dish. Andrew Miller courtside from the Charleston Coliseum. After 3 quarters of basketball, Shady Spring has a 48-29 lead, opening that up because of a 23-10 advantage on Robert C. Byrd in the third quarter.
Well, a big quarter, and that's why they shot so well, because they shot it from the inside in that third quarter. 10 of 14, 71% for Shady in that third quarter. And again, another 3.5-minute lull offensively for RCB. That's 3 of them in the game, and you just can't hang on that.
Shady getting it done from beyond the arc. They're 7 of 13 with 3 of those triples coming from Jack Williams. They've outscored RCB 20-10 in the paint. And another one-and-done possession for RCB to open up quarter number 4.
There's too many absences of consistent scoring right now for RCB.
Game high 18 points for Jalen Bailey, 13 from Jack Williams. For RCB, it's 12 from Logan Boyce to lead the Eagles. Gabe Short from the baseline, slides it outside.
Short finished that third quarter with maybe one of the best offensive rebound and putbacks in the game. If you're RCB, you break this fourth into 2 sets of 4-minute quarters. You got to win the first 4 minutes, maybe cut the deficit from 19 down to 12, 10, and then you got a chance.
To quote the great Tom Osborne, how to eat an elephant 1 bite at a time, and that's really what this lead is. Shady gets it under the basket. They don't go up with it. Gathered it by Dickerson, and he throws it off. Gabe Short. It's RCB ball.
A wise play that time by Dickerson. He's had a good game.
RCB's got the ball back, down 19. There's got to be some urgency, you have to think, here for the Eagles.
Yeah, he can't be running 45 seconds to a minute off the clock. Maybe a few good passes at least, though.
Bennett, nice slide into the basket. Dickerson swatted, and Short gives up the foul.
That foul created by Dickerson's move right at the end in midair. Pulled that ball almost behind his head, and Short had to come down with the foul.
A lot of body on Short. And we laugh at the attitude at the end of that. He's fired up.
That might have been right before the whistle was blown.
Riley Dickerson misses this one in and out. Strong night for Dickerson, 9 points. Knocks down the free throw. He's 6 of 8 from the charity stripe tonight. The lead down to 18 for Shady Spring. And the pass swatted by Boyce. He crashes into the broadcast table. Under the basket, and it's stolen away. Brody Radford comes up with a steal.
Well, another opportunity missed by RCB that time.
Almost a steal. Boyce tipped it. Gathered by Williams. And a timeout call by Ronnie Olson. Shady Spring trying to close this one out, move on to the semifinals. Their lead is 18. It's the 2025 WVSSAC Boys Basketball Tournament. Today's live streaming coverage of the 2025 West Virginia Basketball Tournament is being presented by your local Little General stores. Great price, convenient places, your local Little General stores. Shady Spring trying to close out this quarterfinal. They lead it by 18 over Robert C. Byrd in this 2-7 matchup. Shady would take on Nitro in a Friday morning semifinal here at the Charleston Coliseum.
Well, very interesting. 2 times in a ball game, Coach Ronnie Olson has called a timeout when he thought that his team was a little bit disjointed. And he knows it's a critical time here. It's an 18-point lead. And he's trying to make sure that his team does not let Robert C. Byrd back into this game.
Thrown out of bounds, and RCB gets it back. Sexton has it go through his legs. And I think, to get back to your point for Ronnie Olson, this is about finishing well. You've really put together a strong second half, outscoring RCB 23-10 in that third quarter. So now how you finish tonight will have a long way to go toward how you start on Friday morning.
Absolutely. You carry that momentum into the next game if you're able to finish strong. The Eagles are battling defensively.
Boyce with a catch and shoot.
They're just not
Offline.
making shots.
No. They're just 3 of 15 from beyond the arc in this game. Shooting as a whole just 30%.
It has been a struggle here tonight at times. There's pockets of missed opportunities here and there. 2 minutes and a half there, 3 minutes there.
Cameron Newswan picks up the foul. First RCB foul of the quarter. We tumble inside, 5:20 left in the fourth. Skip pass from Newswan. Nice catch by Sexton. And Bailey fouled on his way up. Jalen Bailey, the second leading scorer of this team behind Jack Williams, leading the way tonight with 18. Williams has 13. For Robert C. Byrd, it's Boyce with 12 and Dickerson with 10.
Well, the crazy thing about it is Bailey, they list him at 6 foot. I'm doubting that highly, but he has had all 18 points inside the paint. He just knows how to finish, even with guys around him. He knows how to pump. He knows how to get it on the glass.
To make it a 20-point advantage once again. There it is.
And that's number 20 on points for Bailey.
Shady Spring's not been able to get to the line a ton. They're just 3 of 4 from the stripe. They've not needed it. They're up 20 as we go inside 5 to play. Nitro with a win over Ripley in a quarterfinal played this morning.
They were down 4 coming into the fourth quarter.
That was a tight one all the way. Ripley had a look in the final minutes. I'm told they thought they were getting a baseline inbound. It was a sideline inbound. Change up their final play at the last minute. There's Bennett inside. A jumper for Carson Bennett.
Well, I was clamoring for Bennett here in the second half. That just hasn't happened. That's just the 7th point for Bennett overall.
Boyce with a steal to the rack. Logan Boyce. So a mini 4-0 run for RCB. Collision at midcourt. RCB with a takeaway. There's Bennett.
Boy, this is the moment for RCB if they're going to come back. They've got to do it here.
One bite at a time, a drive. Deuce won the step back, and he can't get that to fall. Big rebound, Jalen Bailey. Williams wisely passing up the 3. Again, the clock is on Shady Spring's side in this one.
Yeah, I always think about the Rolling Stones song, Time is on their side.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And again, this is a senior-laden group. They know how to close things out.
Bailey inside, the offensive foul. So he doesn't get the bucket. And the charge taken by Cameron Newswan. They're looking for satisfaction. 50-34 the lead for Shady Spring. Looking to close this one out with 3:31 to play from the Charleston Coliseum in West Virginia's capital city. Basil Lucas drawing things up in the RCB huddle. They've cut this down to a 16-point game with 3:31 to play. And I like how you said this earlier, just before the break, Andrew. If it's the time for RCB, it's right now.
Has to be. They've caused 3 turnovers in the last 4 series. They missed on that last opportunity to cut it down to 14, but they still have 3:31.
And
they've got the ball.
Yeah.
So they need to make good on all those misses that they had earlier.
And they've got to play with some urgency and some tempo. I know they're the team that wants to slow things down 0-2, but time's running out. Boys, 4-3.
Wow.
On cue, it's a 13-point ball game, and Boyce hits his 3rd triple of the night.
He's got 17 points.
Dickerson from behind with a foul.
Well, they got to get the 5 fouls here just to have it in their hip pocket. That was just the 3rd.
And I agree with that. I wish more coaches thought like that. You get in that bonus. If you got them to give them throughout, you know.
Well, they get the 4th one right there on Newswan, grabbing a hold of Williams.
And now the issue is, who is it that gives up the fouls?
Yeah, it can't be Newswan now. That's number 4 on him.
4 on Newswan, 3 each on Holmes and Dickerson. Full court pressure. As the clock comes up on 3 minutes to go on this one, Shady has it kicked out of bounds. We'll get into the look at this.
You could see Jack Williams on his way down. He was wondering, am I going to make the pass or am I just going to hold on to it? He had a 2-on-1 look, and that was a great kick save, hockey style by Bennett.
And a Butte. Sexton with a catch. Kai Olsen turns inside, a handoff, and I know that a lot of these issues for Shady is they're dribbling clock away. At some point, do you need to kind of put a little bit of foot on the accelerator here and try to get a bucket?
Maybe a little bit. You can see RCB selling out.
Here's where they try. It's swatted. Sexton rejected. Boyce, too tall for Dickerson. He wanted a foul because he thought he was grabbed. It's out of bounds, and it goes back to Shady Spring.
Boy, a massive block shot by Bennett, but again, RCB unable to make good on that. They needed that one bad.
Full court pressure. Pass to midcourt. Brody Radford in transition. There's Williams. And now Shady Spring can slow things down once again. And Ronnie Olson calls a timeout. Shady Spring has gone down to a Shady trickle offensively here in the 4th quarter. They still hold on. Robert C. Byrd on an 8-0 or 7-0 run. They've outscored Shady Spring 8-1 in the 4th quarter. Shady trying to close out this quarterfinal. Robert C. Byrd trying to make it hard on them. It's a 13-point ball game with 2:22 to go.
Yeah, this game is still very much in doubt the way the Eagles have pressured defensively. Scoring drought of almost 3 minutes for Shady. And again, they're trying to slow the ball game down and trying to run clock, but the Eagles are playing such good defense.
We're talking about this off the air. Shady Spring does not have a field goal this quarter. They won't get one here. A lot of contact under the basket. Jalen Bailey went down hard.
Man, he went down, and I think he went down on that tailbone. He's a tough kid, but that's a tough shot
I thought he went down on the arm. Let's see. This will tell. Ooh. Both.
Yeah, a little bit of both there.
I think the tailbone caught the brunt of that, and his arm kind of flung to the ground as an afterthought.
You can see him holding that left wrist that's got a little bit of tape on it.
Ronnie Olson out there very quickly. He's still holding onto that wrist. I think the concern that Olson showed there, just getting out on the floor, I think he strikes me from an outsider's view as somebody that I would want to play for.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I think his kids would say the same thing. Well, they had to check on Bailey, so he's going to have to check out of the ball game. They're going to bring in Gabe Short to shoot these free throws.
And when the shooter has to check out, it's the other team that gets to pick the guy that goes to the line. And Gabe Short, off the bench, knocks down the free throw.
Just the 2nd point of this quarter for Shady.
I make a strong argument that might be the biggest shot of the second half, if not the game, for Shady Spring.
Breaks a 3-minute scoring drought.
Huge pair of makes for Shady Spring.
Puts it back out to 15. You take a little bit of a sigh of relief, but not much because RCB's coming.
That ends a 7-0 RCB run. And again, Shady Spring has scored just 3 points this quarter, all of them from the free throw line.
Well, no time off the clock there, so they're going to have to bring Bailey back to the scores table. They're going to have to run some clock before he comes in.
Yeah, they were trying to get Bailey back in the game, but Gabe Short told he has to stay in, play some defense. 15-point lead for Shady Spring. Huge pair of free throws. RCB's got to have something right here.
Right now, the hot hand has got the ball, Boyce.
Can't get separation. Dickerson hands it off. A lot of time ticking away, and a block called. Holmes couldn't turn the corner. The foul on Gabe Short.
Yeah, just riding Holmes across the top of the perimeter. Picks up his second foul, but that will give a chance for Bailey to check in. Williams will get a breather.
They leave Short on the floor, and as you said, they get Jalen Bailey back on the floor. Third team foul for Shady. RCB's at 5, so they're already over the limit. Awkward leaner. Boyce can't hit it. Ripped down by Jalen Bailey.
Well, if you're Coach Lucas, you may think about fouling here.
Radford gets it under the basket. Short stops, and they melt the time away. And that is why you try. Well, that would have been why you try to foul, but you get this steal. Dickerson cashes it in, and the lead down to 13 for Shady Spring.
That was a big play by Dickerson. And again, you think about trying not to run that clock, but they did a little bit. I thought it was going to be a great decision by Short to pull that ball back out, and then a pass trying to lob it over top on the perimeter. You can't do that right now, especially not against a team in RCB that's looking for those kind of passes.
They were just about to prove you right, too, because, again, when you see a guy drive to the basket and not take that shot, then that telegraphs what your intentions are. And for Shady Spring, their intentions were not to score. They were just trying to melt clock away. And at that point, you've got to give up those fouls, but then you get the errant pass, and you make Shady Spring think about it a bit.
Well, it gives RCB still a little bit of hope. Again, time running down here, so you're probably going to see some fouls now by RCB. And again, a good timeout to try to figure out, well, who do we have that we can foul and not foul out?
Last game of the night coming up at the top of the hour, Woodrow Wilson and a blank down. Spring Valley.
Spring Valley.
Woodrow Wilson, Spring Valley, the final quarterfinal in the Class 4A bracket. Earlier today, George Washington and Morgantown picked up wins. They join Spring Mills and the winner of Woodrow Wilson Spring Valley in the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
the semifinals, excuse me.
They're looking for all chalk here at some point. Spring Valley's girls team, how about them?
Yeah.
State title in Quad A last week.
They could do what Morgantown did last year and go the girls-boys sweep. Spring Valley's able to do it here in Quad A.
Well, Kai Olson is going to burn the final timeout for Shady.
Well,
you don't want to burn that timeout if you're Shady, but guess what?
A lot of students from Shady Spring not going to be in class on Friday morning.
Well, they were very, very bold about 6 minutes ago. They're a little bit more nervous right now.
Tiger boys trying to finish this one off. They get the ball ahead. Olson, outlet pass, and one. Jalen Bailey finishes at the rack. And that may just do it with 1:15 to play, especially if Olson can knock this down, or rather Bailey can knock this down from the line.
Well, that all started with Jack Williams taking the inbound. 3 defenders surrounding him. He found Olson, and Olson made the quick decision to launch it down the floor. That foul whistle, by the way, on Holmes. I thought great deal by Holmes. He was going to try to foul, but not shove Bailey with all that momentum going forward.
Ooh, it's in and out. Bailey at 20 points. Misses the free throw. Just the second miss from the line for Shady Spring in the ball game. 15-point lead for Shady Spring, and a block called under the basket on a drive from Logan Boyce.
Well, Short trying to slide over, but Boyce already had momentum to the right.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe on the Shady end of things, that Bailey bucket out of the timeout is their first field goal of the quarter.
I believe so.
Boyce knocks down the freebie.
Well, this is the last thing you want to see, obviously, if you are Coach Ronnie Olson, is points being put on the board late with no time coming off.
And if you're Basil Lucas, that's when you want those points to come. You preserve clock, now the 13-point lead, and a foul called. A grab from Anthony Barbario.
That is a very quick foul, a good one to call right away.
Unfortunately for RCB, the guy they put on the line is Jalen Bailey, 6-foot senior.
And he is 4 of 6 from the free throw line in this game. And he's a gamer.
Adds another to the tally. A sea of Bailey fans right there.
Well, I guess they're back to bold again.
They've got the Bailey head hanging up. I like the big heads. That one crawls in. There's the one of the heads. The Bailey one's in the front row. Pushes the lead back to 15. Baseline drive. New Swan lost it. Looking for help. There's Dickerson. Space off the dribble. Good step. And Dickerson can't get it. The putback falls from Carson Bennett. And a timeout called by RCB. The lead's at 13 with 40.4 to go. Last-ditch effort for RCB. The Shady Spring fans chanting "Warm the buses." What's your game plan here if you're Basil Lucas?
Well, number one, that score took way too long. That took 15 seconds off the clock. That's not going to get it done. He wants faster action. Immediately, you're going to get a foul here, and you're going to hope right away that you get a couple misses on the other side. If that happens, Eric, you got to get down the floor quickly, and you got to score quickly. Still may not be enough, but I tell you what, I give a lot of credit to Robert C. Byrd for the battle they put together. They were down 20 points in the third, had a really rough third quarter, but they didn't quit. They didn't give up on this game.
Remember, there are no seniors on this RCB group. You could see this exact group here next year, and you got to like what Basil Lucas has coming back. This was a game bunch of RCB Eagles. They just didn't hit enough shots tonight. Eagles just 36% from the field, which isn't bad, but when your opponent is 55% from the field and they bury 7 threes, it's not going to get it done at 36%.
Yeah. But I tell you what, a learning experience, even if they don't complete this miracle comeback. Again, you mentioned a learning experience. They've been here now. They've battled a really good team, the defending champs. I would imagine we'll probably see them again next year.
They don't want this year to be over, but Shady may be putting him in that position. Out of a double team, Bailey, he was fouled before he got the pass away. They peeled him off the floor. Logan Boyce gives up the foul.
Very quick one. That's the third on Boyce. Shady able to take 6.5 seconds off the clock there. They would love to just do that the last few offensive series if they can.
14-point advantage for Shady, excuse me, a 13-point advantage for Shady Spring.
What a night for Jalen Bailey. 25 points right now.
26 with 7 of those from the free throw line. And only 1 from beyond the arc. So Bailey has gone to the rack a lot, taken a lot of contact this evening.
Averaging 17 a game. He has upped that quite a bit here tonight for this win.
On the iron, and it sat there before dropping for number 27. I predict a lot of ice in his next 36 hours.
100% that left wrist is probably banged up, and that tailbone too.
Not feeling it right now. He leaves, Kai Olsen leaves. Shady Spring 1 step closer to state championship. 3 of their 4 losses are to state tournament teams. They come out tonight as the battle-tested group. 16 seconds left after the air ball. And Shady Spring moments away from advancing to the state semifinals, and Ronnie Olson empties his bench. These starters have been trickling out one by one. They get a nice ovation as they leave the floor. And now Basil Lucas follows suit.
You know, normally in situations like this where your season's going to end, you want to get your seniors in. Guess what? There are none for RCB.
There are none for RCB.
They'll all be back next year.
Now you're getting state tournament experience for kids that will also be back next year. Again, draw a big circle around this group in terms of teams to watch in Class AAA for next season.
I think it's only the beginning for this Eagle team.
Shady Spring hopes it's only the beginning for them as well. Andrew Baker off the window to push the lead to 60-43. Dylan Moore across the timeline. Won't get the shot up. And Shady Spring advances to the state semifinals with a 60-43 win over Robert C. Byrd. The number 2 seed wins their 20th of the season and their 4th in the last 6 games, eliminating number 7 Robert C. Byrd. We're back to round point 6 boards for Jack Williams. Shady Spring on to the semifinals with a 60-43 win over the Robert C. Byrd Eagles. Eric Little, Andrew Miller back with you from the Charleston Coliseum. Your impressions looking at some of these post-game stats.
Well, you look at the final stats for Robert C. Byrd. They shot a little bit better towards the end. That improved their overall. But the battle that they put in, they were down 20. They could have easily packed it in the 4th. They fought till the bitter end, so give them a lot of credit. Again, no seniors on the team for Basil Lucas. They're going to learn from this. They're going to come back ready to go next year. Shady, meanwhile, what a performance. They battled through some pressure from RCB down the stretch, but they were so good in this ball game, shooting very high percentages, both from 3, from the field, from the free throw. One thing I noticed on the stats, though, 18